Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cross Country Comments. My name is Garrett.
My name's Jabin.
And welcome back. I think we did that in reverse order. I said welcome back to anyway.
It's okay.
We're getting back into this. We're getting back into the swing of things. It's been a quick minute.
Yes.
But
and if you're new, welcome.
Yes, welcome. We had about a 6-month hiatus, but we're back. So, anyway.
Now we had a couple days hiatus.
Well, we're not going to record every day.
No.
I
wish.
I was going to say, it would be freaking cool if you guys want to make this a permanent job, then, I mean, hey.
Please promote it up, y'all.
I'm here for it. But, no, we recorded the last episode a few days ago, and, we wanted to get another one in here. Just because of what just happened, and we'll talk about that in a bit, having to do with gaming. So, we are going over two things. One of them is kind of a recap. The other one is brand new, and we're going to share our thoughts on it, and kind of what we were expecting and what should have happened, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get started with that. Anyway, I guess you can start on the first topic here, I suppose.
Okay, so first topic, we are going to go over basically because we had a video game segment a few months ago, more than a few, and we were focusing on basically the upcoming games that we were excited about or the ones that we were very skeptical on. There was mostly two games that we were skeptical on. Just because they were in their beta phase and it was a paid beta phase. So we didn't know how to feel about it. So now we're going to be able to review those right now, very quickly though. First, I feel like we should do is Dreamlight Valley.
Yes.
News about that first. It was supposed to be a free service. It had its paid beta, but then they announced this November, so last month, that they said, nope, it's going to be strictly paid. Let's just leave it there. Once they announced that, I was like, oh, okay, so might as well just, buy it. Garrett called me and then said, you know what? I saw good reviews for it. I feel like we should get it. So I was like, okay, well then, once I get my next paycheck, I'll get it. I got my next paycheck and thankfully it was on sale. So I got it 40% off.
Ooh.
Got the Ultimate Edition, so I took a risk. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna have this game, might as well just have everything that goes with it. That is probably one of the best purchases I've ever made in gaming. I invested so much into it, and now I invested so much time. It's so relaxing and soothing, and it plays on your nostalgia so much. But it's the perfect amount and you're able to do whatever you want with it. The game is it's actually exactly what we wanted. Once you guys go back and listen to it, listen to what we wanted, because we didn't play it yet. Listen to what we wanted, and then I say buy it yourselves. It's gonna be exactly the way we described it. It's perfect. Even gave us a little more. I bought the a Rift in Time expansion pack. Honestly, it's fantastic because you get Eve, Rapunzel, and Gaston, and a couple other ones that I haven't explored yet. You should get it, dude. But yeah, everything's great so far. I'm loving it. It's definitely a great time. Time consumer, is that the word?
I would say it's a great Oh man.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I can't think of the word either. It's a great relaxer, I guess you could say.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, it's a great relaxer.
The greatest way I can describe it is it's a game where you can shut your brain off and just go do tasks and build and do whatever. And you do not have to put a bunch of oh, what do I need to do? Oh, I need to go do... No, you just follow what the tasks say, and it's super simple. And then you're like, oh, it's been 4 hours.
Right. But for me, I'm obsessed and I think addicted. Thank you. I'm addicted to unlocking anything. So this is great for my addiction of unlocking stuff because you just unlock stuff left and right. And I'm not mad about the prices for the moonstones either. If I'm being honest, I think it's fairly reasonable. I think it's fantastic. I'm glad that I got the ultimate pack because I still have like 13,000 moonstones, and when I got the rift in time and something was wrong, they gave us an extra 2,000. I was like, whoa, and then like an extra for being like a part of the people that were like in a certain slot. So it's great. Yeah, no, Disney Dreamlight Valley, 10 out of 10. Thank you, Game Lock, for giving us what we wanted. I'm not gonna say Disney. Thank you, Game Lock, for giving us what we wanted. It's fantastic, and I like that they really incorporated like plots, but like in like plots that you can actually get invested in,
Yeah.
which is actually like interesting and actually is connected to the movies. You know what I mean? That doesn't make it seem like you just grabbed them and plopped them somewhere. Like no, they actually have a place in their own universe and yours as well. So I like it. I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. I would we like you talking is hard. Like he said go back and listen to the last episode because we were super number one super skeptical on it. Number two upset that they weren't being straight up with what they were saying about the game. So you can go back and hear our thoughts on that. We went off for like a solid 20 minutes. But we talked about it and they like he said they did exactly what we asked because like we'll talk about in a little while, we're talking about Dreamlight Valley and Disney Speedstorm. They made Disney Speedstorm free, completely free.
Yeah.
And then they made Dreamlight Valley, hey, it's actually going to be a paid game. That's what we said when we talked about it. We were like, I want them to go one way or the other, stop staying in the middle. They literally took one game, went one way, took the other game, went the other way. And so with Dreamlight Valley, like I said, it's one of those games that you can kind of just shut your brain off and be like, okay, I'm just going to do tasks. And it's very open. It's a bigger game than I thought it was.
Open. Yeah, it's a lot to cover. Even in a Rift in Time, dude, it's even bigger. And that's one like okay, let me tell you this just real quick.
Okay.
So you get into the castle. When you get a Rift in Time, you get into the castle. You go on the other side of the castle, and then on the other side of the castle, there are these five platforms that you get to unlock, and the other four isn't unlocked yet. One is a little ship that you go to, and that takes you to a brand new place. That is a little bit bigger than the actual Dreamlight Valley.
So they're planning on
that we're going to be able. No, go ahead.
I was going to say they're planning on having 5 expansions.
Yes. So that one expansion that I think a Rift in Time is going to be all those because once you get in there, because there's a slot. I'm not sure if you saw Dreamlight Valley now, but there's a slot that's kind of like hollow and open and has a weird hourglass on it. That's the Rift in Time, and you get this thing that makes you turn back time, like with certain object. It's so tight. It's nuts. But yeah, that's one expansion, and it's a little bit bigger than Dreamlight Valley, dude. And then they're going to be having, obviously, you can see they're going to have 4 more places to go to. But the fact that you have so much to explore is nuts. And you have, in that same house that you have in Dreamlight Valley, is in the other place still. Like, it doesn't change.
Wow.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, I still have to get the expansion, but overall, the game itself is a ton of fun. It's, you get to see your favorite characters. I was super hyped about getting Stitch. Jabin can tell you that. He's one of my favorite Disney characters of all time.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's like bringing them from their universe, how they act into your own. Because, I mean, there's quests where like, man, I'm trying to think. Where like Scar, I did a quest for Scar the other day, and he was like, I'm looking for some quality fish because I'm hungry and all they feed is slop and whatever. So you have to go around and find ingredients to make sushi. And then you bring it to Remy, the rat, Ratatouille, and he makes it into like this big old dish. And Scar's like, I'm halfway satisfied, you won't be my lunch, essentially. And so it like keeps them in continuity and in character. And I'm sorry, but one of the funniest things you can do is when you unlock Stitch, him and Donald are at odds for like a solid 4 missions. Because like
it's actually perfect.
He's all about his good and bad meter, and he keeps doing stuff like he put signs, 4 signs around the island that have Donald's face in an X in like an angry pose, and he's like, "Yeah, I thought it was funny," and
That's nuts.
Donald's like, "What the crap?" And so so it's like, and then you convince Stitch, you're like, "All right, take them down. We'll put up good ones." And he's like, "Okay, I just want my good meter to go up and whatever." So it's super in character, but it's super funny seeing those interactions. So overall,
Yeah,
great game. Very satisfying with the fishing, the planting, the gardening, the mining,
definitely.
everything. So great game. We'll move on to these next ones. So Disney Speedstorm is the next one. Jabin has played it more than I have. I've played it a good bit, but it feels like a beefed up, more. I don't want to say more complicated, but more in depth version of Mario Kart. Because like in Mario Kart, everyone knows you have the blue shell, the red shell, the green shell, the star, everything. In this one, they have 4 categories of drivers that have different abilities. And I mean, the graphics aren't incredible, but like it's supposed to look cartoony. So you have all the different carts, you have different color schemes. You don't have to pay a cent. You can literally just do challenged maps, and it gives you the currency to buy new characters. So you do,
Or you can unlock characters by doing those challenges.
and you can get enough of those challenges, get enough of those coins to get the battle pass. Then you get more rewards just for playing. So like it's a very good free system to where if you do want other characters, you're more than welcome to pay. But if you don't, you never have to pay. So
Yep.
it's a, unless you want specific packs, obviously. But overall, incredible like mechanics, incredible design of the game comparatively to Dreamlight, or not to Dreamlight, to Mario Kart. Mario Kart's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying it. Love that game. But it's a very simplistic game with a very simple formula that's worked for years. Speedstorm changes up the formula enough to make it interesting, but not to where they're like, "Oh yeah, we have to have everything different and we're trying to stand out," and then the game's awful. It's like, yeah, we're trying some new things and we have some systems in place, so go ahead. Go for free. On any of these platforms. And it's good to finally see that. We see very few games do that. Like even I hate to say this, but even Fortnite to an extent. Fortnite is, you can get in and play for free anytime you want, but to get any good items from the battle pass at all, you have to buy the battle pass, which costs V-Bucks. So Speedstorm, with its like battle pass and everything, you can get it for free without too much work. I think it's a bit more fair with how much it gives you if you're playing for free. So I think it's great. I mean, not 10 out of 10, but like a really solid game.
I have spent too much time on this game, and I spent money on this game. Let me tell you, I've only spent enough money for the battle passes. And I had last season's battle pass, and now I have this one. Let me tell you right now, last season's battle pass was Aladdin. They just added that last season. Not only have I unlocked all the characters, Jasmine is at a 4-star right now. That's how many shards I got. Jasmine alone, 4 shards. She's a level 28, and I'm still using her, and her NPR is close to 20 right now online. She is nuts right now. And I'm not even telling you the backup people that I unlocked for Aladdin. But because I unlocked that one battle pass, I was able, and this one is frozen, and I unlocked everybody as well in this one. But just because of the last battle pass, I literally unlocked a lot of characters from the like, other places. So for like Mickey and Friends, you get Mickey, Donald, Goofy. I got the original Steamboat Willie. I unlocked him. Obviously, everyone has Mulan and Shang. Everyone will eventually get Elizabeth. I got Jack Sparrow, and then I got from Hercules. Only have Herc and Meg. Meg was my top for a second. I have both. I have the Beast and Belle. I got Mowgli. I got Mike Wazowski and Randall. Like just because of the like unlike the battle pass once, it rewards you so heavily. Like I even have Figment from Walt Disney World. Like just now. Like I just unlocked it a few days ago. They even had a thing to where, let's say, like for the free people, if you logged in every day for 10 days, this was the I'm not sure if this was the last day or not, but Angel from Lilo and Stitch, Experiment 624, you were able to unlock her. So I just got her today for the last day. So you gotta log into games, bro.
I
Just got her
wish I
today.
knew
So,
that, man.
so now I have Angel and now I have Jumba. So like it's nuts. Like this game, and then they just added some more coming up, like for you to get excited about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and Wally. So now they're coming in soon. So it's this game is nuts once you do get the battle pass, and once you do, like you get to level up your character so much more. I feel like have way more fun online, way more competitive, and they have this separate place for single player to where you can do your own limited events to where you can unlock those characters. Like I unlocked Elsa through these special events because she's not in the actual battle pass. You actually have to do like different challenges for free, which you can do for free and get her for free that way. But yeah, this is how I unlock their emotes, their character design, their add-ons to level them up. Like I just opened one. Like now we get to unlock Oswald if you're in the top 10%. Like they have fun stuff, not just for people just to get the battle pass. Like you said, this is I feel like this is more than fair for free people because it's almost like they're giving you the shards if you want to play enough. You know what I mean? Like you will have everything if you just want to play it, and if you want to pay for it, cool. It's not a pay to play, but if you want to play a lot, you will be rewarded a lot. So this is definitely a game to where, when games do that, then I'm like, oh well, then that makes me want to invest money in it. So perfect game in my opinion. Again, spent way too much time. And one thing I will say that not any game, no game has this, but when you buy their V-Buck comparison here, they're called speed coins. No matter when you connect your account to different devices, no matter what device you're on, that same currency transfers to each device. So it'll always be that same currency. So you can buy it once on the Switch and all of a sudden look on your PC, same thing. So thank goodness that they have that because I jumped from PlayStation to Switch way too much. So thank you again, Gameloft, for giving us this other one. I'm,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Gameloft is winning right now. Like,
they're
oh my goodness.
they're crushing it, man. They're crushing it.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
Disney Speedster, boom.
the other two are a bit bigger games that we wanted to dive into because we did talk about how much we were anticipating them before.
Yeah.
Since let's see, did you start with Dreamlight?
I
I
started
think.
with Dreamlight.
Okay, so do you want me to start with my game first, or do you want to start?
You start with your game first.
Okay. So I my game that I was like super excited about anticipating was Starfield from Bethesda. So
Yep.
I have 50-ish hours into the game. It's been out for a
Which
little while
was
now.
Yeah, but those 50 hours were like right as you got it, and you were like at any opportunity, you were in it.
Pretty
So it's
much.
not like in the mix of like, oh, a month, 2 months. No, that was in that week.
Yeah, but essentially. But I
Yeah.
haven't fully completed the game story or anything. Here's the thing. The gameplay, the gunplay in freaking credible. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. The variety of weapons that you can get, the amount of mods that you can get. I will say you have to put a lot of time and effort into your levels and skills in order to get all the skills because there's like
Mhm.
60 50 to 60 skills in the game and each skill has 4 levels that each time you level up you have to buy 1 level.
Dang.
So you get
That's
what
a
I
lot of
mean?
grinding.
It
That's
is.
a lot of grinding.
It's very grindy, so you have to put a lot of time into it if you really want the best skills. Um, I will say I know there's a lot of twists and turns in the game. I've heard about a few of them. Have not experienced too many of them. I've experienced a few. Um, the story fantastic. I mean, like great voice acting. The character models look a lot better than they did in like Fallout. Um, it's a very well made game. There is one thing, one singular thing in the game
Yeah.
that keeps me from playing it nearly as much as I did when I first got it. And it ticks me off that this is the case. I wish they could fix it in some form or fashion, but knowing Bethesda, they won't. So I still enjoy the game. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Like I said, the
Yeah.
gunplay is incredible. The variety of weapons, the jetpacks, everything, great. The one
But
thing, because you can't mod this. You can mod a lot of those things to be better. This you can't mod.
right.
Is the load times. The amount of
Yep.
loading in that game is ridiculous. I get that it's a big game. 100%. Thing is, No Man's Sky is bigger, and it doesn't have nearly as much loading.
And let me just point out, No Man's Sky runs on the Switch as well.
So, I mean, it says a lot. I have a decently, I wouldn't say high-end PC, but I have a pretty good PC. And it's still, so get this in your head. You land on a planet, fine, you do your stuff. To get to another planet that you've never been to, you either have to fast travel or get inside your vehicle, inside your spaceship. That's a loading screen. You have to go into your cockpit. That is a animation, a very long animation, mind you. You have to choose where you're going. It's an animation and loading screen to lift off, and then a loading screen to get in space. Then you're in space, which there's not a ton to do unless you run into a surprise instance. And then you have to choose where you're going, fast travel there. It's a loading screen to fast travel, and then pick where you're going on what planet, and then it's another loading screen to land on the planet, and then another loading screen to get out of your ship. So
if you said an objective, I would have forgotten what it was.
If you what?
If you just told me an objective that you had to do, just forgot it because I was so worried about the loading.
Oh no, I didn't even say one. I just said in general. Like that's
okay.
If you want to get to another planet that you've never been to, that is how many loading screens are in the game. And it's like, I love that game and all of its mechanics when you're in the gameplay. But most of the gameplay has to do with, hey, go to this planet, get this thing, sneak around this base, go do this. Traveling. Because it's a space game. But the traveling takes so long that it bogs down half of the experience of the game. So it's like the game in general, amazing, fantastic game mechanics that I think Bethesda needs to absolutely continue with.
Yeah.
But if they could put an update in, do something to just lessen the load screens. Like, if you've already been to a planet, you can fast travel there pretty easily. It's only 1 or 2 load screens, but it's traveling to each new planet that it's like, oh, now there's like another 100 load screens I have to go through just to explore this solar system. The game really shines in its story, its gunplay, and honestly, personally for me, like, it's something I love to do in Skyrim and Fallout as well. So it's, thankfully, it feels similar, but it's like just flying to a distant planet and getting off and being at an abandoned factory that thugs have taken over and just going through mowing them down or sniping them. Like, that is still great to do. It's just the load times. It sucks. I mean, the game's...
That sucks because, like, games now are... It feels like fast travel became like a normal thing now. Like, a lot of games, like big games, are like jumping on it right now. So, like, it sucks that when fast travel isn't fast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like, if you have to make me wait for a full 2-minute load screen, 2 or 3 minute load screen when I'm loading into the game, I am 100% okay with that. Put me through a long loading screen when I start the game up. But make it to where I can just hop in my ship. If you wanted a little animation of me flying, that's great. But then let me travel to my place by just like, click, click, animation. Whoop, you're there. Like, it can be quicker and easier if you get rid of the load screens. Or at least some of them. I don't care if there's a few, but like, come on.
No,
So
that sounds ridiculous.
for the game in general, I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe an 8, just because every system is awesome until you get to actually getting to the systems.
Dang.
So
Yeah.
I hate to say it because I was so excited for it, and I still
Yeah, you
like
really
playing.
were.
Yeah, I still like playing it a ton. It's still great, but I don't want to do it as often as I can because I'm like I have to set aside a large portion of time, just because these games already take a long time to get through, and I have to account for the loading times.
Yeah.
So that my rant's over. All right,
No, I
now
understand. That's rough.
on to your game of the year.
Spider-Man 2. Let me put this out of the way though. For the fans that are mad that Spider-Man 2 didn't get Game of the Year, y'all need to chill out. Okay? Let me just say that. I am one of you guys, but you need to chill out. I'm just gonna put that out there. But no, Spider-Man 2 was fantastic. I haven't told you this, but there's one gripe that I hate about it, that I really physically hate to the core.
Quick side note. I have not played the
Yes.
game, but I watched a full 100% completion playthrough on it because I don't have PS5. So anything he says
Yeah.
will be spoilery, and I already know. Go ahead.
There you go. Yes, spoilers ahead. If you want to play the game, same thing like last episode. Stop this. Either watch it or play it,
Yeah.
and come back. And okay, and back to it. One thing that I hate about the game, and literally on TikTok, as soon as everyone finished the game, I just saw it constantly show up, is Miles's new suit. I want to throw up,
Oh, I'm right there with
and
you.
not and even the different variations of his new suit are not saving it. I wish that, because you can, obviously we know that you can equip your suit and then that suit's in the story. I wish that I had the option to like equip a different suit during the last part of the story, because you can't, you have to stick to that suit even if you're like about to take out the take out the symbiote, the symbiotes. You have to have that suit on. I'm like, like I kept trying to change it. I was like, no, goodness gracious. So yeah, I'm glad that I was able to change it after the story, but yeah, I don't like it.
Because it was
So
a
when I get
brand
on
deal.
Ultimate, it was a freaking brand deal, bro, and I don't know, whatever. That part I hate to the core. Putting that aside, perfect game. Um, the map is so much bigger. The swinging before you even upgrade anything is, oh my goodness, fantastic. You can have swing assist on. You don't have to have swing assist on. When you don't have swing assist on, it feels more real. It's scarier because you can kill yourself. It's fantastic. Um, I put a swing assist on for now, just because I'm trying to get all the missions done or whatever. But as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna take a swing assist off and just try to see how good I can swing. But no, this, I love that part. You can augment the colors in game to where you could like make it your kind of universe if you want to. I love the customization, not just with Spider-Man, but for the world itself. It's amazing. The suits, whatever. We already know they're all amazing except for that one. Um, the the upgrade options are just mind numbing and insane. And one thing that I realized, that there's not a lot for stealth. And I understand why though, just because of the story and everything that they try to incorporate or whatever. And they had to adapt to two Spider-Man and try to make them have the same and different upgrades, which is, whoa, like, mind, again, mind numbing and mind blown, because they did so much for this game. I'm okay with that, even though one thing that I do like the stealth, you can take two people out at the same time now. Like, you can unlock that. It is so satisfying. especially taking out hunters. Uh, every single villain was great. It was almost if Spider-Man 3 was actually good. Like they put that many villains in there, but it was still good. They literally
Mm-hmm.
added Sandman, Venom, um, and now like and then we get teased by Carnage. It's just great. And the story is fantastic as well. The whole like explaining what the symbiote is and how it infects people has been done so differently than what I'm used to, and I love it. It gave us something new. It gave us like Venom was like a disease that he was passing around, and I love that. Like he wanted to perfect the world of him. We've never really like gotten something crazy like that to that extent. Thank you, Insomniac, for making it a much bigger problem than it ever was, because that makes people have more respect for Venom and symbiotes as a whole. Because we have movies and TV shows that are great, but aren't leveling up Venom in that fact. And one, obviously, Spider-Man 3 didn't even touch on it in the slightest. The Venom movie, it was a little harder, hard bang, but still wasn't enough for me, especially with Let There Be Carnage. But this one actually made it insanity. And really, and I loved seeing, oh my goodness, I loved seeing Mary Jane symbiote too, and fighting her was so nice,
You mean
especially with the
Scream?
dialogue. Yeah, Scream. Fighting her and the dialogue was so nuts. Like if it hurt because I kept dying, so I had to rehear the dialogue, and it hurt every time just because Peter was just getting smacked down. I'm like, bro, this is rough. Not by like physically, but like by the words.
Yeah.
And the Miles story was great. It was mildly preachy. I will say that it was mildly preachy at some points, mostly by like signs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me too much because that's how New York is right now. Uh, but I was chill with it. I loved almost everything about it, and I know a lot of people didn't like the Brooklyn Visions missions.
Hmm.
I loved it just because he's what friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, so that's gonna be stuff that he does. You know what I mean? So I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, it was as great as I thought it would be, and gave me a little bit more.
I will say there's one thing I found out. I don't know if I told you in that game. Um, you have you finished all the Spider Bot missions?
Everything. Oh my goodness. And when you see the OG like Spider-Man game up in there, that was so nuts. And Miguel trying to hunt people down, like that was great. So I did the Peter version of that. So now I got to do the Miles version of it. So, but yeah, I thought that
All right.
that part was awesome.
What do you mean? That's not what
My
I'm talking
so
about.
the homegirl after you get all the spider bots and then you see that Hexus thing
Oh
pop
yeah,
up
yeah,
at a wall, the girl that's talking, she's saying that Miguel is hunting her down.
yeah.
So
Here's
I
the thing.
love that.
Thing is, she was supposed to show up in Across the Spider Verse. I looked it up.
Oh, really? So they
She
just put her
was
in the game?
she was supposed to show up in
That's
Across the
nuts.
Spider Verse, but they cut her, and so
Yeah.
they had already implemented her into the game after they cut her. So they were like, I think she might show up in Beyond the Spider Verse, but for now, yeah, she's just in the game.
Mad that she was cut from the movie just because I feel like it would have been too much because we already have
Yeah.
like this one plot like really infesting everything. And it'd be cool if it was like a cool like end credit scene for Beyond the Spider Verse. Like, oh,
Hmm.
this girl is next. Like she's messing up stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But
Um, that'd be cool. Or it could be like one of those like prologue thingies where like Miguel is hunting this girl down in the meantime while Miles' team is getting ready for something. I don't know.
mhm.
I
Yeah.
felt like it would have been too much, but it's cool seeing that in the game though, and like knowing it's around. But one thing I don't like is the continuity of it. Who's supposed to collect those spider bots and see the hexes? Because we see our PS4 Spider-Man in the movie, and when you're Peter and you look through it, you don't know what the heck is going on. You're like, who's Miguel? What is this? So is it supposed to be Miles that finds it? Because Miles isn't in there. So I just hope that we get a confirmation from Sony or Insomniac saying, okay, Yeah, Miles is supposed to be the one finding it, but if Peter never showed up, like that, there's that. But
Or, well, I was gonna say, or Peter doesn't find the Spider Verse till after the second one, but he's in his first game suit in the movie.
I was thinking that too, and that would kind of suck just because his suit now is ooh, it's
It's
cold.
crisp,
I love
yeah.
it. Oh my goodness, and the different customizations for it. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, let me tell you. Just so you know, even though I unlocked all the suits, let me tell you, for Peter, the one suit that I can't take off, that I just can't take off, is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. I can't take it
Yeah.
off. It's so freaking fun just swinging like that. I literally put the playlist on.
Oh
I
yeah,
couldn't.
100%.
Ah.
So
So
great
yeah, no,
game.
I'm happy about Spider-Man 2.
Good deal. 10 out of 10. 100, 1,000 out of 10.
Yes.
I still want to play it. If any of you guys want to buy me a PS5, I'm open to it. Anyway.
For real. We'll have a promotion right here. Get Garrett a PS5.
Go fund my PS. No, I'm just kidding. But so yeah, that's kind of the update on the games that we talked about in the ninth episode. I think it was the ninth episode.
Yeah, I hope. We did
Yeah,
a lot of episodes, honestly.
dude, we
Oh
had
yeah, that's not even counting the bonuses,
we
not
had
including the multiverse comments.
we had 9 episodes. We had a Star Wars special. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
4, 5,
multiverse,
6.
and
Yeah.
this is episode 11. So that means that this would be our 17th episode.
Let me tell you, it's almost been a year, so we got to do something about a whole year thing
Mm-hmm.
next month.
Yes. No, we do have to make that a specialty, essentially.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do. I don't think we're at the point where we can be like, let's look back at our previous episodes. We're not quite that far yet, but
Not yet.
something special for sure. But so the next thing we're gonna do is, at the time of recording this, the Game Awards happened last night, right?
Yep.
Game
Yep.
Awards happened last night. So there's been a few things that happened as far as winners and contenders and everything else that we're going to talk about and what we think about it. So
And let me put this out there that for some reason the whole Game Awards was just cringe. I didn't like it. Like I literally skipped a lot of stuff just because I couldn't handle it. Like it was too much happening. And this dude said the N word right there. Like it was weird. Yeah, this I forgot his name. Well, Marker Matt something. Basically just this white dude. You can pull up the clip if you want to, but yeah, he was telling on the side, and he seemed like nervous, like being on the camera. He was like, "Yeah, okay, okay, buy my." I was like, "No," I reversed it. I was, and I even slowed it down. I was like, "Wow, those are all this." And I started to die laughing. I was like, "Oh God, he's gonna get so much hate for this." I was like, "I feel
wow.
bad for him. His career is over." Because every time you see a white person do that on the internet or on TV, their job is gone. So it's like, oh, so
Gone, yeah.
yay, sorry, bro, but yeah, seeing that was very cringe. And there
Yeah.
was other cringy moments, like Anthony Mackie was up there, like, oh, I'm gonna give so many sun points for this. I was like, oh god. And then Timothy Chalamet up there for no reason. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. It just didn't feel video gamey. It just seemed like a lot of, hey, they're big. Let's just invite them to the Big Game Awards kind of
Mhm.
thing. And it didn't feel very gamer.
I
But
do
the
feel like
trailers were good.
Anthony Mackie would be a gamer though.
It seemed like he would, but he made it seem like he wasn't. I was like, oh god, like I'm getting so much points from my sons for this. Like about the ongoing game one, he's the one that announced the ongoing game. I was like, oh,
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Well, all right. Well, let's go over some of the winners and we'll see what each of us thought about it. So,
Yeah.
game of the year overall, the nominees were Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4 remake, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So I don't know why Super Mario Brothers Wonder is on there. I heard it was fun.
Dude, it's so freaking fun.
Wait, really?
Dude, I pre-ordered that because I was like, you know what? I need to pre-order a Mario game. I'm not even mad about it, bro. Like it is actually really fun.
So really fun, yes, but comparatively to the others on the list, I don't think it deserved to be on Game of the Year.
No, it doesn't deserve to be game of the year, no.
So with all those, like Baldur's Gate 3 won. So
Mhm.
I get it. I kind of expected it, to be honest. And like Jaden was saying, there's a lot of people that are like, why didn't Spider-Man win? But like realistically, Baldur's Gate is much more, especially since Spider-Man's a Sony exclusive, there was a good chance it wasn't gonna win.
And
Um,
not only was it a Sony exclusive, it honestly it was literally a carbon copy of Spider-Man and Miles Morales together. It had a lot of stuff that was new, but ultimately it was just the same game, just a different story and a little more stuff to do and a new villain. That was pretty much it. Like with Baldur's Gate, they broke down boundaries with a genre that no one likes. Yeah, can I say that? Because
yeah, the D and
no
D
one
genre,
really likes. Yeah, well, it's not just the D&D genre, just the looking down.
top down.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, I hate games like that because I hate not seeing the actual character and stuff like that. But hearing what I haven't bought it yet because I'm gonna buy it. Like that's like I've been trying to buy it for a couple months now, but hearing what they've been doing with the game has been fantastic. So
yeah.
oh no,
It's
it seems like it was worth it.
I have a number of hours into Baldur's Gate, and I like the game a lot. Thing for
Hmm.
me personally, this is personal preference. I like it a lot. It just is. I hate to say this, but it's almost too open because it like
Hmm.
overloads my brain because I'm like, I just want to know where the main story beat is. So if I ever get tired of like just exploring, I can go to the main story beat. It's very hard to find the main story beat in the game. um,
Mm.
I love it. I mean the companions, the fighting, the abilities. It's a lot to take in, but it's a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
it's like it's not like anything I've ever played, but like for me, it's like I just want a little more direction, just a little bit, not hand holding, but just tell me, categorize. Here's where you go for the main story and your side quests. Like do
Yeah.
that, and I would love that. I still love the game. I just that's one thing that has made me not play it nearly as much as some others. Is I'm just
Hmm.
like I just want to have a specified objective rather than just
Yeah.
go here and possibly do this thing. Yes, I love freedom, but gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a great game. Still love it. So yeah, definitely deserved. Best game direction. Um, so it was actually the same nominees except for Resident Evil 4 remake. Alan Wake 2 won that. So I have yet to play Alan Wake 1 right now.
I saw some stuff for it. It just doesn't entice me, I guess. And he
Yeah,
looked exactly like John Wick,
which I mean as a game is pretty cool though.
which is cool, but in terms of creativity,
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's something I can't comment on because I haven't played the first nor the second one. So
yeah, I can't comment on it either. Just it is
it
what it is. I don't
it
know.
it
I
also
don't see
won.
why it got nominated.
Yeah, it also won best narrative. Because
No way.
the narrative nominees were Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, The Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Spider-Man 2. And Alan Wake 2 won again.
I'd probably fight for Spider-Man 2 and Baldur's Gate 3. Because with Baldur's Gate 3, you make the narrative. There's nothing cooler than that.
Hmm.
If you don't count that, then Spider-Man.
And the next one, so these last two were like, I don't know, I can't comment on it, I can't disagree or agree with that. This next one, I haven't even seen too much of Alan Wake 2, and I disagree with it because
Hmm.
it also won best art design. And the nominees for that were Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Mario Bros. Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom.
I gotta give that to Wonder.
I haven't played hardly. I don't think I played any of these games to be honest. But just from what I've seen of them, I I remember seeing some things about Hi-Fi Rush. It looked incredible. But from what
Yeah,
I saw, honestly, I think the most unique and great art styles would have to be Lies of P or Tears of the Kingdom. Just because
really.
Lies of P was like a steampunk Pinocchio Dark Souls game. And so it looked incredible. I watched a full playthrough on it. So incredible
Mm,
art direction in my personal opinion. And then you have Tears of the Kingdom, which is like this cartoony but beautiful, lush green. Like I don't know. I have to do some more research in Alan Wake because if it won this many things, I'm like I might have to do a little research.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And for me, with the art style, the reason why I say Wonder is because it was so freaking imaginative.
Hmm.
It didn't overload you with anything, and it was really fun because at each level you didn't know what you were getting into,
Hmm.
and it was pretty nuts. And seeing like Bowser be a castle, like transform himself into a castle, a moving castle, was nuts.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I like the artistic direction that they went with that because it still was a 2D platformer, but it was a different 2D platformer that we've never seen yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and it shows like there's still a lot that you can do with a 2D platformer,
Hmm.
even with an old title like Mario.
No, I agree. I agree. You can. It definitely has something to fight for there. I
Yeah,
will say. So after that, you have. And this doesn't surprise me. Its best score and best music was Final Fantasy 16. JRPGs and Final Fantasy in general has always had slap music. Like,
that's fine. We can definitely give that to them.
yeah, like absolutely. I haven't even played it or seen anything on it. I know that Final Fantasy always has great music, so sure. Um, Best audio design was Hi-Fi Rush. Again, don't know too much about it, but I think is it a rhythm-based game?
I think it is, but I'm not grabbing myself over it just because that stuff I can't believe with people on.
We may be completely wrong with what that game is. Alan Wake 2 and this we know absolutely nothing about, so we're guessing at this point. We're just talking about the other games
Yeah,
that were nominated. Um,
yeah.
Best performance, it was Baldur's Gate 3 actor. He did great. I'm surprised Yuri Lowenthal didn't win because the amount of screams he did in Spider-Man 2 was oh
That was pretty nuts.
yeah. So I'll let you go off on this one. Best ongoing game, Cyberpunk 2077, when the nominees were Apex Legends, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact.
Fortnite, and it's not because I'm one of those like Fortnite needs to win everything. It's not even that.
Mhm.
It's just look at the facts. It's either because Fortnite has been ongoing for how many years now? Five, four, five.
2017, I think.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
So
So six.
almost
Almost
six.
seven.
Almost six. So almost 6 years. Six
No,
years has been
six, almost
ongoing.
seven.
That's so nuts.
Yeah.
Fortnite. I can't believe Fortnite's that old. First of all,
Hmm.
second, it's had seasons upon seasons, chapters that have succeeded with a big story, ongoing, constantly making partner deals with countless companies going into Crunchyroll now. You know what I mean? So it's not only are they doing that kind of stuff, but it's ongoing because there's always something that the fans love about Fortnite. And it's not like they're losing like a whole bunch of people. It's been constant. So
Yeah.
Apex hasn't done that. Apex, a lot of people fell off on. Genshin Impact, people are only playing on their phones now, like, and barely anything. And the people that like Genshin Impact are like people that play Stardew Valley a lot, or playing Animal Crossing, and who really plays that anymore? Um, and then Cyberpunk 2077 isn't an ongoing service game, or it shouldn't be listed as one because first of all, it failed, so that should already kick itself in the butt, being like, "Oh no, that's not it." But if an expansion pack is able to win for an overall game, I feel like that's very
Well,
unfair because that was already an old game and it's not ongoing just because it gets an expansion pack a couple years later.
yes, but at the same time, I have heard people, and I agree with you, it shouldn't have won Best Ongoing Game. But as far as the game in general, I have heard people say that the last Phantom Liberty and the other two updates it got made that game an entirely different game than what it's launched at.
Well, no, I'm not saying like it's not fantastic because
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it honestly. Like I want to get into it. It just doesn't qualify as ongoing.
Yeah. No, I agree. I
Like
completely
it's a
agree.
game that needed to be fixed. That's fixed now, but isn't an ongoing service game
Yeah.
like Fortnite or Apex Legends or I guess Genshin Impact is one. But again, not because I'm just saying Fortnite. Fortnite is the literal epitome of a successful ongoing game.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. We'll go through a few more. We're not going to go through a ton of them, but we'll go through a few.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe some surprising ones because like best RPG was Baldur's Gate 3. That's not surprising.
No.
um, let's go with. I'm looking through here to see because like we've told you guys, this is not something where we're like, oh, we must plan out every little thing. No, we literally just think we're like, what should we talk about, and then just come up with it right there.
Yeah.
So this is a game that I want to play at some point. It's like a little side note because it's a game that I've seen a lot of videos on, but I don't have myself quite yet. But best multiplayer
Okay.
game was Baldur's Gate 3, but on
Okay.
a contender was Party Animals. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Dude, that game looks like so much fun.
Oh my god. Party Animals?
Yes, Party Animals. Have you seen it?
I have.
Look
The winning
up.
best multiplayer though?
Yeah. Like, okay. Shout out some YouTubers I watch. Look up Smitty's videos on it.
Okay.
Smitty and Grizzy and Jacksepticeye did a video on it that was hilarious. But all those aside, let's see.
Are they like an indie developer
Yes, I think so.
or okay, that's probably why.
Are you
That's
talking about?
weird. Indie stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a really good game. It looks like it at least. So, one of the cool ones was best adaptation. So this was for movies, games, comics. So games into movies, comics, stuff like that.
So this I don't know.
So this, I'll tell you the nominees. So it was Castlevania Nocturne. I don't know what that.
Okay.
It may be a comic. Gran Turismo, the movie that came out.
Yeah.
The Last of Us, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal are the 5.
Last of Us.
Last of Us 1.
Yeah, it's good. That should win. That's the one that was not only the most faithful,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly just the best adapted, especially with the changes that they made.
Yeah, no,
So-
I agree. But I think that was pretty much it for the list. There was a few others for stuff that wasn't either surprising or wasn't like that big of a deal to me and Jabin.
Yeah.
But I think overall, like the picks are halfway understandable. There's a
Yeah.
few. There's a few that are like, okay, obviously, like Baldur's Gate won like 7 awards. Okay,
Right.
yes, understandable, revolutionary game.
But
And then you have
Cyberpunk being picked ongoing really is bothering me.
that irks you, I can tell.
Yeah, it really bothers me. Like it's you already did my rant. That just shouldn't be a nominee for ongoing.
Yeah,
They should have a separate one for like best DLC or best expansion
best
or
game
something like
comeback.
that. Best game comeback. Like even Resident Evil should be in there. Resident Evil 4 should not even be up there as game of the year. Like just leave that at its time. You can remaster it, but don't make that like game of the year.
And the
Like that's
remaster,
ridiculous.
like the remaster and the remake may be awesome. Like the remake may be
Yeah.
dope. But like, don't nominate a game that was made years ago and
Yeah.
remade, I will admit, but it's not a new story. It's not new. It's not too much new content. There's a little bit, but it's
No
not too
new
much new
characters.
content. No new characters. It's a remake. So like,
Yeah, and
why are you?
we're on freaking Resident Evil what, 8? 7?
The next one's gonna be 9 unless they keep making
9.
remakes.
Yeah, because
But-
we have Resident Evil Village or whatever that thing
Yeah,
is. So it's like we're
Village.
so ahead of so we're way ahead of
Yeah.
the story since Resident Evil 4. So
Literally double the games.
yeah.
But I don't know, decent Game of the Awards, but just really cringy, like you said. And then there was a lot. Oh, I gotta sneeze.
Oh,
Gone.
yeah, it's gone. Yeah, I thought I was gonna hit it. What you?
I was thinking too, and then my body said no. So, but yeah, decent, not nearly as good as last year's. Last year was pretty great. The year before that, from what I remember, was really good. I don't even know if they had it the year before because that was 2021. Anyway, I remember it being pretty good upcoming, but this year was just like, they're reaching way too much. And there were some phenomenal games that came out this year, and it feels like some of them weren't even given consideration.
Yeah, no, which really sucks. Like, honestly, they should have more, like, either more awards or think about the games that came out this year. Because even, like, let me just say, even Dreamlight Valley and Speedstorm should have been nominated. Because, like, not buying the beta part of Speedstorm, I actually regret not buying, like, being one of the having the founder pack now because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know how they do their ratings for this. Like, I'm not sure if it's us that votes for it or if it's like different officials, I guess,
It's
or just doing
probably
it based off of
critics.
data or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing it straight off of critics. Like, that's not, that's no fun.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, it's critics aren't. And this is going to be very controversial when I say this. Critics aren't fans.
Some of them can be, but not a lot of them.
Right. And even if they are, it's their job not to be. So they don't have the same, like, feeling or the same, I guess you can say, way of judging games.
Yeah.
Especially based off of the fun.
Yeah. No, I agree. But, I mean, at this point, it is what the Game Awards is over. All we can hope for is that they make it better next year. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this time. We just wanted to dive into some more gaming content because we did talk a lot about, like, movies and stuff, the future of the MCU, and we dove a lot into Marvel last time. So we just kind of wanted to get back to our gaming I don't know what word I was thinking of there. We just wanted to get back to our
little gaming bubble.
Yes, because I was surprised, actually. I will let you guys know this, because I'm sure a lot of you are from it if you're still listening. I looked, and we had about a 6-month hiatus. And in that 6-month hiatus, like, we didn't get very many listens or anything, just kept going down, down, down. But then the moment Spider-Man hit, it boosted, because Spider-Man came out. And that's one of the things we talked about on the last episode before we had our hiatus. And so it was like, we aren't doing this to be like, oh, let's hope this gets more listens. We're literally just like, oh, so a lot of people heard that. We should probably update them on what we think of those games that they heard us talk about. And so,
Exactly.
So we wanted to at least put that out there so you guys know what our thoughts on it are now that we have played these games and we know a lot more about them. So I think that was a ton of fun, and I think we had some pretty good takes, maybe a few controversial ones, but overall pretty great. Any other last words?
No, I'm just satisfied with the games this year. That's all I gotta say. Honestly, it's been pretty nice to eat as a gamer today. I'm Unbreakable this year.
Yeah, no, man, I've been not stuffed, but very satisfied.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Yeah.
satisfied with the stuff that I'm playing.
Yeah. So, great time though. Like I said, we're gonna continue doing these weekly unless something urgent comes up.
Yep.
And we're still gonna try and have a few in our back pocket if something urgent does come up, so that
Yep.
we still will be weekly. But if there's anything massive, we'll try and let you guys know. I will say, go follow the social medias to keep up a little bit. We do have an Instagram page that I will normally post when and if new episodes are coming out, and I may start to post some stuff about like gaming and movie news, and I don't know, I'll see what I can keep up on with that, but mostly just that'll let you guys know when new episodes are coming out. I believe we also have a TikTok, or going to have one.
Yes, I'm building it.
Building. Okay, yes.
Building.
So go follow those. The Instagram is just Cross Country Comments. I think the TikTok is
Same thing for the other one.
Cross Country Comments. So just go check it out. That'll keep you guys up to date and kind of get you more in the loop as far as what we're doing. So thank you everyone so much for watching and listening. We appreciate all you guys so much. JB, you want to sign us out?
And we'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys.
Bye guys.